Ignoring the smell of the armored bear, Claire kept her hands pressed against the thick fur. Her attention was purely focused on taking the next step forward. Initially, when she tried to get the bear to move, Claire had focused on pressing the huge mass of flesh forward. After putting in a disproportionate amount of energy to get marginal results, it slowly dawned on her how she was approaching the problem incorrectly. Compared to the weight of the bear, I barely weigh anything, Claire thought to herself. The image of a kid trying to shove a full-grown adult, the ground, came to mind. I'll naturally be pushed back, but the ground is heavier than the bear, so if I push against the ground, then the bear will be pushed forward. The moment she tested it out, she discovered that the bear slid against the ground easier. Figured it out? Emily asked, walking next to her while keeping her eyes focused on her surroundings. Through clenched teeth, Claire asked, "You knew?" Understanding that Emily was saying that they were all aware that Claire had been incorrectly attempting to move the monster. Claire turned her head to look at the soldier while making sure not to disrupt her rhythm. Emily looked back at Claire with a slight grin on her face. Finding the amused expression to be annoying, Claire went back to staring at the ground and concentrating on taking the next step. Though they had just started, her arms and thighs were beginning to heat up from the exertion. Giggling, "I'm guessing you're wondering why we didn't say anything so you wouldn't have wasted so much energy?" Emily asked. Claire was silent. "Our contribution to your problem would have made it easy on you, but it would have hurt you in the long run," Emily explained. Not waiting to see if Claire would respond, Emily continued. "In the military, we often have the fresh recruits try to figure out how to overcome obstacles themselves. By having the person figure out the solution, the recruit then has more confidence in their ability to problem solve." "I hope you don't mind me not sounding too thankful," Claire quickly voiced out before needing to take her next step forward. Emily smiled. "Though it's frustrating at the moment, developing your critical thinking skills will help in combat more than you think. There'll be moments where your team will count on your ability to work through a dangerous combat environment, and if you're unable to quickly think of a solution, then it may cost your team's life." Her voice changed to a more serious tone. Not wanting to lose her focus, Claire remained silent, but took Emily's words to heart. Even if the sight of Claire struggling was funny to them, it was clear that the action wasn't only meant to be a source of amusement. They were trying to see whether Claire was able to handle obstacles and overcome them. It's not bad practice. Having the individual struggle and have them use the frustration to be a source of motivation. It may not work for everyone, but the military wasn't a place that anyone could take part in outside of a continental draft event. Though a draft would be done for the sake of needing bodies to fill in the insufficient number of people, Claire thought to herself. While processing the thoughts, she noticed that even thinking was going in the same rhythm as her steps. After pushing the animal's body for what seemed like hours, Claire slowly noticed something about her body. Though she was getting tired, it felt like it was adapting to the physical task. This must be connected to what I had felt earlier, with the increase in strength after defeating the monster. Claire thought to herself. Though the difference isn't enough to be surprising, but just enough to be noticed. The benefit of the changes in the body was how the effort of pushing the monster was easing compared to earlier. I'll need to see if Hannah is feeling the same thing. Hopefully, Darlena is able to provide some answers to these questions. Claire wondered about this being over soon. The hope of any explanations motivating her to make the dead animal reach the town a second faster. Her wishes were soon granted when she noticed that they had left the trees behind them, exiting the forest.